Ever since its announcement at E3 2012, Watch Dogs has caused a bit of a stir, with an original storyline and gameplay showcasing next-gen visuals well before the next-gen consoles were even announced. Flash forward nearly 2 years and the game is finally upon us, but does it deliver on everything Ubisoft has promised? Simple answer is very nearly. It's a great title, but it's definitely not without its flaws. The game puts you in control of Aiden Pierce, an expert hacker who has turned vigilante after accidentally causing the death of his niece. And the action all unfolds in a beautifully rendered Chicago, which is being run by an interconnected supercomputer called CTOS, and hacking into CTOS allows Aiden to control every piece of electronics in the city and snoop on anyone he passes. And mirroring what's in the current public consciousness, CTOS is monitoring and recording every element of every person's daily life. In terms of the quality of the story, it doesn't live up to the open world rival GTA, but when it comes to gameplay mechanics, Watch Dogs holds its own and sometimes surpasses its inspiration. And just like GTA, the combat puts strong emphasis on using cover, and indeed many of the missions revolve around sneaking in and out completely unobserved. The stealth mechanics are a huge part of the game, just like Ubisoft's other key franchise, Assassin's Creed, and because of this it's one of Watch Dogs' standout strengths. And most of the missions you can choose if you want to go down the stealth, gunplay or gadgets route, each with their own rewards and sense of gratification. But the game's key selling point, and something that Ubisoft has been trying to hammer home since its announcement in 2012, is the hacking ability Aiden has thanks to his smartphone, which allows him to hack anything, giving him access to pretty much any electronic item within the game. But in order to use a piece of machinery, Aiden needs to be within line of sight and at a certain range. He can take control of any CCTV camera and set things off remotely from there. And cleverly, the game uses the hacking abilities Aiden possesses for tons of puzzle-orientated missions and subquests alongside the main missions, which if you partake in really add to the total playtime of the game. Gameplay-wise, Watch Dogs really stands out and offers something new and fresh for gamers. While it doesn't match up to a dedicated shooter, driving game or stealth title when you play those sections within the game, when you put it all together it really shines and comes close to achieving what Rockstar have mastered with GTA. And we're sure the next GTA title will take some pointers from Watch Dogs. One small gripe though is the flaw that Assassin's Creed also suffers from, where the missions all begin to blend into each other and lack variety. Once you've got the hang of all the hacking, it's easy to go through the motions with the missions. This is something Rockstar managed to avoid with GTA, and if Watch Dogs continues into a franchise, they really need to take note of. Within the open world campaign, Watch Dogs makes a decent attempt at adding in multiplayer features, while still being essentially a single player experience, such as being invaded by another player trying to hack your phone, while a series of invites constantly pop up on your screen from other players, tempting you into a range of more traditional multiplayer modes, such as racing and a team game where you're fighting over control of a downloadable package. Overall, there's no question Watch Dogs is a fantastic achievement. Being a game with such a huge scope is never an easy feat to pull off, but on the whole it's a hugely enjoyable experience. However, sometimes it feels that too much effort was put into the side missions and quests when the priority should have been making the campaign missions less repetitive so you don't lose as much interest the deeper you get into the game. The missions are not bad, but in comparison to GTA they feel like they come up short. And when it comes to the game's graphical prowess, on the next gen consoles there's a world of difference, and alongside PC from a visual point of view it's the best option to play the game. Of course, this is exactly what you'd expect from a new console, but it's pleasing nonetheless that it delivers. It just feels like the story and repetitive missions make Watch Dogs fall just short of being a truly great game.